URT, who are we? This is the URT. You are the URT. Big up the URT. Smash the like for the URT. Subscribe to the channel for the URT. Apologies, people. No good energy. No, I won't be doing a watch along tomorrow. I'm sick. I don't even want to do this stream, but I have to do it. No, I won't be going to Saeed's tomorrow. I've got a horrible cold, man. So I'm just going to be a short preview for Leeds versus Manchester United tomorrow. Ben won't be happy if that happens, but big up to people. Please smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you can. No energy, people, no energy, yeah. And we're going to be talking about, obviously, the preview in the game. Amorim falling out with the board. And what else is happening around Manchester United? Yeah. Well, he's falling out with the board, hasn't he? He's falling out with the board. That's what's happened. Amorim, apparently. Daily Mail hit piece. Is it a hit piece or is there trouble in the water? There trouble. But yeah. Big up to the people. Please smash the like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Regardless what we say, he ain't getting sacked if he gives us our most embarrassing defeat tomorrow. Well, that'll be an amazingly embarrassing. Leeds promoted. He usually does all right against promoted teams, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Yeah, like everybody in the chat, I echo all of the stuff. The heart goes out to the Venezuelan people right now. America's rubbing their oil. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. But yeah, people, we'll be back after this preview. Not preview, sorry, after the intro. People, I'm concussed tonight. I'm concussed. Forgive me. No energy. Big up to every one of you. Sorry, low energy tonight. I'm full of flu. It's like this illnesses just don't leave me, man. I don't know what's going on. But big up to Khalees. Big up to everybody. I've just watched 120 something minutes of Mali versus Tunisia. Mali, man. They had a man sent off 26 minutes into the game. Bloody hell. Bazuma. The ball is still traveling. The guy who's got the same surname as me, Abdi, the ball is still traveling. Those two footballers, they ballooned that ball like nobody's business. But the Mali goalkeeper deserved it. He made 2 fantastic saves, so he deserved Mali to go through. Big up Khalees from Medina Lassie, chief of the United Real Therapy. Listen, there ain't nothing happening in January, so. But anyway, big up. I can't read out too many things, people. I'm not well. So unless people join, it's going to be very, very short preview. But obviously tomorrow is the War of the Roses. War of the Roses tomorrow. It's going to be a big, big game in Leeds. You know what they refer to us as the scum. You know, that's what they refer to us. They refer to us as the scum. So it's going to be big. It's Lancashire versus Yorkshire. Yeah, it's going to be a big game tomorrow. I don't know yet. Already, yeah, man. Listen, I don't know. I need to take something. I don't know what's going on, people. I don't know what I need to do. Honestly, I don't know what I need to do. I need to take something strong. There is Bombay. That's how maybe you're good.
I'm absolutely fine, mate. How are you doing?
I'm good. You sound very low.
How about now?
Oh, a lot better. It's like you were talking from your balls before. But
I
now
will
it's a lot
do.
clearer. How are you?
I
Did
will.
you watch the game? Did you watch the game? Did you watch the Mali's Tunisia game?
I haven't watched any games, bro. When it comes to AFCON, the South American um, Copa, and even I don't watch international football anymore. If it's the Euros, the last Euros, I watched the semi-final and the final.
Oh, okay.
But that's it, bro. I just don't watch international football. The World Cup, I'll watch, a couple of games here and there, but I'm just not big on it anymore. Can't
Yeah,
lie.
big up Carla, yeah. I think it is a super flu, but big up Bombay is here. He's not messing
Good,
about.
good
He
evening,
said in
everybody.
international football. I watch any type of football. I like international football, especially the AFCON. You get to see things that you never get to see anywhere else.
You know me. I used to love France because of Zidane, and Nigeria, the Green Eagles, man. That famous team was my team as well. I support, and England, man. It was kind of a token gesture, but these days I
Yeah, big up the Asian Cup as well.
I like it, yeah, and the Asian Cup as well, which I don't watch. Sorry, there. I'm sorry to miss you out. But England, man, I like a lot more. I can relate more to this type of thing. I think Southgate, one thing he did really well. This new England type of team, it just seems a bit more accessible to everybody, to be honest with you. But one thing I have a problem with international football, I think the manager should be from the nation. That's what I think, because it's a national football. So you should be producing managers. Okay, if you're like a country, that's not big on football, and you need a bit of help, that's excusable. But man, England, we say we created football. We've got a German manager. Brazil are one of the best. They've had great managers. Now they've got an Italian manager. I think, man, it's about country against country. World Cup, competitive, nice, fair, enjoyment, but that's what it should be. So I think it's lost its way. In that sense, that's just my personal opinion, bro. Hmm.
Sorry, Bombay. Yeah, there is something to that. You have an argument there. I can't lie.
Good
You have an
evening.
argument. Good evening. Listen,
Good,
guys,
good evening.
got
Good
terrible fruit.
evening.
The most you can do in the chat. I've got terrible fruit. Please don't add injury to insult. I beg you. Smash the like. Don't let me ask you. Just smash the like.
Let me just say that, guys. I was
Not to
actually
do this.
out, and my man there is not well. So I've rushed from my outing. That's why I'm a few minutes late. I love doing this show because I don't get to see my childhood friend a lot. And this is an excuse to have a chat with him, take some abuse off him, and maybe give him a bit back. And I get the pleasure of guys that I've become quite fond of, like Luani and others.
Oh,
But
thank you.
seriously, if Nuruddin wanted to, this channel could be just conservative and sanitized, just like all the other ones. I was thinking about this. No more swearing, no more really expressing how we feel in the comments and on the panel about um, Ineos and the Glazers and things. And no more Palestine talk, no more human rights issues, no more nothing like that. We'll just be another channel. We'll get on shadow banned, and then hopefully everybody we can access the channel. People will come, and maybe we'll get some more likes. So it's never been about that. It's never been about money. It's never been about anything like that. It's a genuine place and a repository to come and express how you feel. So the only thing that keeps it going, the fuel of this, the economy of this, is just press a like, man. Because we are shadow banned. I'm an original member of the panel. I don't get I can't find the stream unless he sends me the link. So I don't know what shadow ban means. I can't find the stream if he doesn't send me the link. I don't know how. It doesn't come up. So just give us a like. People, keep asking me how the name Bummaye came. Do you mind if I just give them a quick 2-minute how? So in my household, one of the most important people that we were brought up on by my dad is Muhammad Ali. So this started when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was our manager. Oli Bummaye. It's a homage to Muhammad Ali. And what happened is he was banned from competing as a boxer in his absolute prime when he was the heavyweight champion of the world and the most famous personality. And he said, I am not going to go to fight in the Vietnam War because those people have never called me the N-word. They've never oppressed me. And I don't know them. They didn't do anything to me. So you can take my title. You can take my money. You can imprison me. And he said to them, I'm willing to die here today before I renounce the religion of Islam and my name. So he was willing to give it all up, and they did it. They took away his rights, and he came back when his best years were slightly behind him, and there was a guy just ripping through the heavyweight division called George Foreman. He's regarded as one of the most powerful, formidable punchers in the history of boxing. And if you go to that time, the Rumble in the Jungle, it was called, they did it there because the Americans wouldn't commission the fight. First big fight ever taken to Africa. And Muhammad Ali, man, George Foreman arrives in Africa with that typical American superiority complex, through some ignorance, I'd say, with Don King, a very devilish person in tow, wearing furs and mink coats, and he had an Alsatian dog. Now, an Alsatian in those days was symbolic of oppression. They were used, those types of dogs, to brutalize people, black people at that time. And it was an entourage that was full of, glitter and gold. Muhammad Ali arrives, man, in very modest clothing, and you can see he is so excited to be there and proud that this fight is going to be held in Africa. They took to him as one of their own. Now, the odds were odds of rage. Muhammad Ali going in to fight this absolute Goliath of a man. He knocked Joe Frazier down 7 times. Every single channel, every pundit, every expert, he's going to be killed. There's no way. He has no chance. And as the fight is starting, you've got thousands of people. They start to chant, Ali Bummaye, Ali Bummaye. Bummaye means kill him. And I spelled the name B-O-M-A-Y-E, Bummaye. So that's where I took the name from. And we had Oli as the manager, so I thought Oli Bummaye. But then Oli got sacked, so we were just left with Bummaye. So sometimes names choose you, you don't choose them. So that's how I came with the name, and it stuck, Bummaye. But that is not my real name. That is not even my nickname. I don't know, maybe Nuruddin, I don't even think you've called me that off the show, but that's how we got to that, guys. And there we go.
Nice.
Yeah, 100%. Big up Bumbaye for telling it as it is. Big up.
Beautiful story.
Listen, can I just say tonight, obviously I'm not well, but I'm trying to keep up what's going on in the world news. International law is over. There's no such a thing in international law. Donald Trump is a Nazi. He's fucking Hitler. He's just went to another country and kidnapped their president and bombed the country. So right at this now, everybody on the stream, we stand in total solidarity with the people of Venezuela. Viva Revolution. Viva Venezuela. Yeah. Viva Venezuela. Viva, viva, viva.
You
Venezuela.
need to create a channel to discuss political issues, because the channel, the panelists are pretty knowledgeable. And I think we can hold our own when it comes to that.
Yeah, 100%. Big up Titanium. Thanks for the super chat. Free Venezuela. Free Venezuela. Free Venezuela. Free Venezuela. F Trump. Free Venezuela, Palestine. Somaliland. everywhere where people are.
It's crazy the model of democracy that's being sold these days. You know, you buy it. It come attached with a relationship to the IMF, or you take it, or they just remove you and put somebody else that can take it.
Man, what the hell? You go to a country, you just decide to kidnap the president. I don't know if they took his family as well. And you're gonna try took his family, you're gonna try him in your courts, in your country on some trumped up charges. What the hell has happened to this world?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You know, big up Nick Nash. Nice to have you back. Big up Tenno. Solito, mi amor. Big up. And big up everybody in the chat. Stephanie Griffiths as well. Nice to see you back.
Yeah. Big up. Love to see you all. Big up to Khalees. Khalees says, after imperialists, chaos for Latin America, the Caribbean, US wants their oil, gas, gold, bauxite, and more.
Crazy world, man.
Big up. Love to them. Love to everybody. Free the world from these monsters. Yeah, rumble in the jungle. Bombay just told a lovely story about it. But yeah, not the US. There we go. We stand with Venezuela. Yeah, 100%. We always stand with the oppressed everywhere. Jack Dempsey's the go. I don't know who Jack Dempsey was, but
Jack Dempsey is the idol of Mike Tyson. Just a very rough, raw, wrecking machine. So Tyson saw a lot of himself in a guy like Jack Dempsey and saw very little of himself in a guy like Muhammad Ali, although he loved Ali. But Ali, he's, like Tyson says, he looks more like a model than a fighter. Very, very handsome man.
Yeah. Listen, big up. Listen, tomorrow, I just want to tell you a little story about the game tomorrow. So I just want to say the Premier League clash tomorrow between Leeds United and Manchester United will obviously taking place tomorrow. Elland Road, an incredibly hostile stadium. The fixture revives one of English football's most intense rivalries. It's rooted in a very historic Lancashire-Yorkshire divide. So the different regions, well, Manchester's in Lancashire, Leeds is in Yorkshire. We played their first ever meeting was back in October 1925. So obviously Leeds, we got promoted this season. Their coach Daniel Farker was under extreme pressure. About a month and a half ago, all Leeds fans, majority of them wanted him out. All of a sudden, I don't know what he's done. He's galvanized the team. The team now, I think they beat Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken, at home. They drew with Liverpool. They've taken big scalps at home, specifically at home. I think they're very tough to beat. They went and got a reasonable draw at Anfield the other day, and they're here to do some damage. Tomorrow, I expect, after Anfield, is probably the most hostile place for Manchester United players to go to. Obviously, you know the history of Cantona. Cantona was their player. He signed for us in January, and the rest was history. They've still not forgiven us for that. That chant, Uwa Cantona, that came from them. Cantona won them the league. He won them the Charity Shield. And then he came to us, and then we won the league. And then he won every time he played, he won the league. So that's the history. They're unbeaten in the last 6. 2 wins, 4 draws, including 3-3 with Liverpool on New Year's Day. They're particularly potent at home, scoring 10 goals in their last 3 Elland Road outings. Wins over Chelsea, Crystal Palace, plus the Liverpool draw, and failing to score just one of their last 17 home league games. They don't keep that many clean sheets, conceding an average 1.68 per goal, goals per game overall. Farker mid-season formation tweak has sparked a resurgence, helping them to pull 7 points clear of the relegation zone. So they were in a relegation battle. Obviously, we know where we are. We're a pile of shite. We drew with one of the worst teams in the Premier League history. And actually today, they went to West Ham and we drew with West Ham. Wolves smashed West Ham 3-0 today. Wolves have got their first win in Premier League this season. They got the points of a team that was bullying us towards the end. I was there at the West Ham game. So it tells you everything. Manchester United have dropped 12 points from winning positions this season. Just most halfway mark highlights the issue of game management. Away, form shows a promising attack, scoring 7 straight league road goals. But the weakness in defense, we conceded 14 on the road. So yeah, but it's going to be very, very interesting. Leeds, I think, unbeaten 25 league games against. Well, Manchester United are 25 games unbeaten against promoted sides. So it's going to be a very, very interesting game. One thing I will say about Leeds, they play with a lot of intensity, a lot of pace, a lot of power. Calvert-Lewin, who was an Everton fella, he is doing fantastic there. And their left back against Liverpool was the man of the match for me. I don't know what his name is, but he's brilliant. Yeah, United, there's trouble in the camp. Breaking news this morning in the Mail, there was an article talking about WhatsApp group between Vervel and Wilcox and the Manchester United board about Amorim'S tactics. So it's going to be very, very interesting. They are very good at home. They set up to protect Leeds' vulnerabilities, but exploit home advantage through quick transitions and threats. That's the biggest thing what they do. They press really high. They're going to target our defense, and they're really good at set pieces. And we're crap at them. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. But I'll open it out. I'll go to my friend Luwani. Luwani, do you know the history of Leeds United and Manchester United? The fans hate us. People, there's over 100 of you in here. But yeah, your dad, Ben, I'm sorry about the result today for Celtic. Rangers beat them. Did you go to the protest? Was there a protest at the end of the game? But yeah, big up to you. Luwani, I want to hear from you. Talk to me.
Well, I don't know much about Leeds. The Leeds that I remember was all the way from the 90s when they made it to the Champions League. I think they were in the quarterfinal or something like that. And I remember vaguely they had like Lucas Radebe, I think that was in it, and with Alan Smith, and yeah, that's the list I remember. But looking at what they are today and the composition of the team, you'll be mistaken to think that they're a pretty average team. But if you look at the last game, the last 4 games that they played, they drew Liverpool twice, 3-3 first, and then nail last time, and they beat Crystal Palace. So they didn't find if they didn't have their groove at the beginning of the season, now they literally firing on all cylinders. They're playing above their quality, if I were to say that. And given the rivalry that is between them and United, it's fair to say that tomorrow they'll bring a little bit more intensity to the game. So we just have to be ready. I still believe we can beat them because we just have more quality. We just have to match their intensity. If we can do that, I know they're home, and it's going to be a challenge when it comes to that. But if you can do that, if you can match them in intensity, we have the quality to beat them. But it's going to be a hard sell given the past result. They didn't play scrubs in the past 4 games, and given their result, if you look at the Sunderland, I think they drew against Sunderland as well. So yes, they are on a roll. So we just need to be careful.
Big up Khalees with the. I'm gonna have to save these comments for the later on section. Big up to you, though. Appreciate you. This is what was written. But yeah, Bumbaye, I've just asked the question in the poll in the chat. Is the Leeds game more hostile than the Manchester United, Manchester derby? Is it more hostile? I think it is.
Yeah, it is. I think so as well.
Yeah. So people, please get voting, and please smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Go ahead. How do you see this game tomorrow, Bombay? What type of game are you expecting? And have you been impressed with Leeds' recent form? Like they're beating in 6.
Yeah, they looked, like you say, doom and gloom. It wasn't going well, and he's turned it right around now. Well cleared of relegation zone. Leeds seem to adapt. They can low block it and transition quick, or they can press. It all depends on the opposition. I mean, I don't know. If they've been watching us in the last couple of games, they must see that we're not offering too much, either in defence or going forward. And with everybody missing as well, creativity ain't quite there. We're open regardless of who plays. So I'm very worried about this game. They've got pretty much a full team. Only Roden at the back. That ex-Tottenham guy is missing. I think one of the player, but they got the full set of players. And he's been doing squad rotation because he makes them work their asses off. They put shifts in Leeds, hard workers. So he's been rotating the squad, especially during this busy period, to keep them fresh. And he's got a reasonable sized squad. So at Elland Road, man, the way that we're playing, the players missing, everything surrounding the club at the moment is not in a good place like it was a few weeks ago. And them being on the up and up, well clear of relegation at home, I find myself thinking it's going to be hard, man. Hard day at the office. I can't see a clear United win, a draw, maybe. Yeah, but if they beat us, it will not be a big surprise to me. All considered, bro. Calvert-Lewin seems resurgent as well. All of a sudden, he's scoring goals. His record's respectable this season since the turnaround. That's a guy that he disappeared. Leeds picked him up for free, and he's doing the business for him. Like you say, they don't keep a lot of clean sheets, but they can defend compact and deep if needs be and transition fast. What don't we do? We don't break down those compact teams or create much chances when they're like that, and then we get caught on the break. So the ingredients are there for a popping, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. Big up everybody in the chat. Big up to my brother. Yeah, big up Bilal. Love to you. Alien Tenno says Amorim'S tactics will be 5 at the back and the rest in Tesco's. Wow. Big up to Khalees from Berlin Lassie, man. She better United Real Therapy. 100 likes is what we need. Leeds will clap us. Yeah, some people are. Let me just have a look at the vote. The thing about it, Luani, is that they do concede a lot of goals. 1.8 they concede. We concede goals. Do you think this game's going to be a high-scoring game tomorrow? And how do we win it in your eyes?
So the only way we win it is if prerequisite is just match the intensity. I don't see anything else. When I watch Leeds play, I don't see like a clear gulf in quality between them and their opponent most of the time. But you can see how they all work as a team. They work hard. They're very compact, and they break on you quick as well. When I watched their game against Liverpool, Liverpool have them under the coach most of the time. Yes, if Liverpool was a little more clinical, the outcome would have been different. But still, they were not that easy to break down. They let Liverpool have the ball, and they were covering every single blade of grass. They were actually pressing well, and they were hunting in packs. So all those ingredients make it look like they are just playing us at the right time. Let's face it. Our team is a bit in disarray. We still don't know what tactic we're going to play tomorrow. We don't know what's going to be the approach of the manager. But what we know is depending on what approach this manager take, we can easily go from a back 3 to a back 5, sometimes a back 6. So I think everything will depend on how the players feel tomorrow and how they recover from the disaster that we've been through with Wolves last time. I don't know. Maybe it hinges on the ability of Amorim to motivate them. Hopefully, they can get a clear head. But I know one thing for sure: if they don't work together, and if they decide is everybody for themselves, yeah, we're going to have a tough time over there with Leeds.
Big up Dead 69. Listen, I've got my stories by war wounds from being chased by, these hooligans. Leeds fan taxi driver saved me, my uncle, and my cousin. When we were kids, man. I've never gone to there again. Kadeem, are you an X? Please let me know if you're an X. But yeah, Bombay, where can you see us winning this game tomorrow? It's gonna go and get my kafia. 2 seconds.
Yeah. Boumbaye. Boumbaye is not here. Boumbaye. All right, so let's wait till Norodin and Boumbaye come back. I don't rate Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I just think that if the ball is in the air, unless the ball is in the air, he doesn't really represent the threat because he doesn't have pace and he doesn't have. He's a decent holder of the ball. He can play back to goal, but I don't see. I think that our youngsters, having an Euro, can handle him, so I'm not too worried about that. But their midfield is pretty decent, especially the Japanese guy. I think Tanaka. So I don't know why he was substituted in last time. He didn't start the game, but I believe that they can hurt us in midfield if they stay compact. They know how to move the ball. They don't have a Bruno in their midst. Sorry, but that's just the way it goes. They're going to come at us because they are home, and it will all depend on the approach of Amorim. If our coach decide he's going to play back five and we're going to try to contain them, it's going to be a long night because structural defending is not exactly what we're good at. And we all know when we decide to play on the break, when we lose the ball in transition, they're going to be able to pounce and hurt us. I think what we can do is just keep a low block, match them in intensity, and just wait for our quality to win the game for us. I know we don't have Ahmad, we don't have Mbomo as well, but I think Cunha can do the trick. I'm not sure if I'll keep him in the left hand. Sesko start, and let's just pray that there's a good chemistry between him and Sesko because that's where I think we can hurt them. And Dogo have to go back to the right hand side, but of course we don't know what system Amorim is gonna play. That's the whole thing. So we need to figure out what's going on with him first. Is he gonna go back to a back three? And if he does, is Dogo gonna go back to being a left wing back? We don't know. So
back 10 tomorrow.
Yeah, listen, Amorim's making excuses. The second part of his presser is coming out now. Big up Khalid Robin Lassie, Chief of the United Real Therapy. Ruben Amorim moaning about injuries. And what's this? Everybody and their nan knew Mbemo Ahmad were going to the AFCON. Bruno, he's not been injured for years. He's injured. Players get injured. What are we doing here? If you look at Sunderland, they drew with City yesterday. They've got 6 players at the AFCON, more than any other team in the world. What are we doing here? Stop it. More than any other European team. So stop this BS, man. Stop moaning.
Well, yeah, we all know Amorim is going to moan because what else does he have? He's back into a corner, forced to change his system and forced to play the youngsters. So he doesn't have any other way out. He will make the excuses way before the game starts. Whether those excuses are valid or not, we just have to look at what he produced with Ahmad and Bomo here, and with all he started with Bruno fit. Even with that situation, we were not consistent. So if you guys, if anybody chooses to believe in what he's saying, that's fine. But we have no guarantee as the second part of the season will be equal to the first part. In that sense, we don't finish in the top 4 unless it's a miracle. So
yeah. So it continues here. It's like it's not Luton being bought on with the most of the match played. Big up Khalees. Amorim asked why he didn't realise sooner the 3-4-3 wasn't working. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah.
He actually said that he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Amorim on aspects, if he expects players to leave this month, replace guys, we already spoke about that. If you look at our squad, I think it's impossible for someone to leave. They need to talk with Jose Wilcox. Let me just get the super chat. Big up to you, Sachi. Sachi says, what it means for United and Amorim if you lose tomorrow. Please don't say the owners, blah, blah, blah. They got him what he asked in the summer. Okay. Maybe not. We'll know about that. People keep smashing your likes. Amorim here. It says here, I have the feeling that if we play the perfect 3-4-3, we need to spend a lot of money and we need a lot of time, he said. I'm starting to understand it's not going to happen, so maybe I have to adapt. Amorim here asked why he did not know the position around the recruitment when he joined the club. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, so...
Why does he always refer to the situation as perfect 3-4-3? What is the perfect 3-4-3? He wanted perfect players or something?
Amorim asked if he had changed in relation to the transfer. I don't want to talk about it. So, yeah, he's feeling the pressure, people. He's feeling the pressure.
I thought he liked talking.
Big up Daz. It says Amorim full of shit. We have mediocre with full stress because no excuses of bad performances. Yeah, everybody was available against Everton and they beat us with 1-0 with 10 men for 80 minutes. So I don't want to hear about you've got players, this and that. People, please smash the likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Everybody knew about the Ofcom. It's not a surprise. Everybody and their nan knew players were going to the AFCON. It's an international tournament. It's a FIFA tournament. You're going to have to release players.
Do you guys think he should have done a better job in rotating the squad in
100%.
order to get the fringe
100%.
players a bit more match fit?
100%. But it shows so much of that. Ruben Amorim here, whether he should take more risk. We're creating scoring more than most teams, which is positive. I know the team better than anyone. Sometimes fans agree with you. Fans agree with you, with your decisions. That's on decisions. Sometimes not. On the pitch, I can see who's tired, who's struggling 1-on-1, and I try to protect the team. Is that why you make all the centre half substitutions all the time?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
go ahead, Luani. And then Bumbaye, what do you think to these comments?
Yeah, let Luani hit it first.
No, I'm just referring to his own quote saying he knows the team very well and then he can see if somebody's tired or struggling. So I just wanted to ask him the question if he thinks Xerxes was struggling the last time he took him off at halftime. That was the reasoning behind it.
It's hard being the United manager. Every manager that seems to come here, you can't do much right, and it all stems because things on the pitch are below par. Either it starts good and then it starts to unravel. We go through a good period and then we go through a bad period, and there's so many ways to interpret all this sound bites. Is Amorim just a yes man waiting for a payout? Is Amorim pissed off but he doesn't want to cause a ruckus publicly and he's fighting for what he wants behind the scenes? Is he doing this to protect the players, knowing that with all the injuries he has, he doesn't really think he can get anything against Leeds? There's so many things, so I don't want to commit to anything and, invest in any conjecture, man. I've learned from before. I don't know enough, so I don't want to focus on that. I think tomorrow we'll see all about how Manchester United play. I think it's going to be very difficult to beat Leeds away. Manchester United, the rules that apply to other teams don't always apply to the same extent to us, because we're a team that seems to be caught always in the crosswinds. Either we're trying a new formation, or we're changing it. Where everybody else, that has got players missing and stuff, they don't seem to suffer quite as much because team is settled. Everybody tends to know what they're doing. A mark of a team that's well drilled is that you can, where everybody plays the same, they know what they're doing inside out. You lose a big player, all right, somebody comes in, not quite as good, but still do the job, and the team functionality is there. A problem of that, we concede. A lot of what we do goes through one guy. He's not there.
Oh my God, Bruno.
Yeah, this is the thing, you see, Luane. Everything goes through Bruno. I mean, I rate him as a player, and he, to take the mantle, but it's as well. It's not always good. It's not always good to just have everything go through that guy. This is why when he eventually goes, you need to, have personalities that are going to fill the assists and the goals that he gets, and step up to the plate. That's what I'm hoping some of the players are going to do now. Take an opportunity. You've got a chance. He's out, man. He's been out for already 2 games. He's going to be out for maybe another 2 more. Cobbs is on the way back. I'm hoping to see Cobbs. Bruno won't be back by the time Cobbs is back, I hope. Good to see Cobbs. Xerxes got an opportunity to put a marker down. Dogu's got an opportunity to put a marker down. Heaven is putting a marker down. He is. He's hard to say get him out of the team now. He's playing really well. Martinez has come back into the team. He's doing his thing. He's doing all right. Slightly keeper. He can't be dropped. Who are you going to drop him for? No way. Even if Onana's here, he's nailed that on now. He's not. I'm not saying he's world class, but he's ahead of them guys. So there's room to steal a position here and there. Ugate's had a chance. I don't think he's done too bad, to be honest. So I'm just hoping they step up. But this game, as a fan of Man United, knowing what we are and what we're going into tomorrow, I think we're going to lose this game. I don't think we have enough to beat Leeds. I don't think we have enough to score against Leeds if they're very compact and deep. Liverpool couldn't do it. And I don't know if we can score if they're compact, but I know that when they transition against us and when balls come into the box and Calvert-Lewin's in there, there's a chance we can see the goal. And if they get the first goal and then they do go compact and just look for transition, we seem to have a big problem with that, especially right now, because the creative players are not there. The guys that get onto things, the guys that make the runs in behind, and then, Bruno can find them. That's all missing at the minute from United. It's a little bit two-dimensional. We've got Dogu, that is a very willing runner up and down. You've got Dello, that's the same, but they're a little bit one-dimensional, these guys. Not to say that I don't like Dogu. I do. I like him. I think he's got, young man, and he's done well. He looked really good as a full winger. But the experience as well, a lot of big experience is missing at the minute. I just feel Leeds, the way they're playing and the way they play, we are not going to be equipped, I think, to win tomorrow's game. That's my personal feeling. I hate to say it because we're going to come on here if we lose and we're going to lose our shit. But I'm going to say to myself, well,
I'm not going to lose my shit.
Yeah, okay, you know what I mean, bro. If we come on here tomorrow and everybody,
I'm not going to lose my shit. I'm just going to assess what I see.
Yeah,
how bad we are. That's all I'm going to say.
If we're shocking, bro, going into tomorrow, if we are going to play like we played against the last game, against Wolves, then I'm going to be vexed. But if we go and compete and we get beat, okay. But I don't think we are going to go into. I'm not going into the game confident tomorrow of 3 points, man. I have to say the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bumaye, hearing you state the importance of Bruno, and what his absence causes us is almost similar to reading the quote on Amorim, and he's saying that we are the second highest scorer in the league, uh, apart from behind Arsenal.
Mm.
Okay, that's fine. But what's the other side of the game? We score a lot of goals, but we don't have any control, and we concede as much. The same thing applied to Bruno. He's been here for 4 years. He barely missed a single game,
Mm.
and during that tenure, if you remove the
Jarvis
time of,
predicted it. Jarvis has been predicting his injury for the last 6-7 months.
yeah, so you see, he's been here for 4 years, and we can debate what he brought to the team, but one thing is also factual is we haven't sustained any level of progress during his tenure here. What I want to see is see us play a round of game without Bruno and see what we gain. I know what we don't have, what we don't gain, but I know also what we might gain from it, which is an element of control. Maybe we don't need to create 100 goal scoring opportunity and surrender the ball 200 times to the opponent to get break on. Maybe we just need to create a couple, and then we control the game and we win by a narrow score. Maybe that's also a reality to which we have to get used to. You also talk about the opportunity for certain players to put the markers down in Dogo, and uh, you said Dogo. So Dogo, how can you put a marker down when you get play right wing one game, and then next game you move to left wing back? Same thing applied to Xerxes. How are you going to put a marker down as a striker when you score a goal, you low in confidence, you score a goal, and then halftime you're getting substituted? It looked like everything that this manager is doing, I hate to go against him at every statement I make seem to be against him, but it looked like he's creating an environment that does not help his players gain confidence, and we know how important confidence is for certain players.
I mean, it can come across as self-sabotage. You know, I don't claim to always understand what Amorim does. I'm as perplexed as some of us on here. Um, I can't remember his rationale for removing Xerxes off the pitch, but in general, the absence of a lot of first team starters,
Mhm.
the hope is that you look at this as an opportunity to maybe make an impression. Even if you get 45 minutes in your game and you shine, and then you don't see that play, the fans will say, hang on a minute, man, this guy played good last week. He should play. He deserves to play. You know, you don't have to run the game, but if you get a half or a 90 minutes and you make an impression, that's what you're needing to do here. But if you completely stink, um, and then the other guys come back, then it's an opportunity missed. I just want the players to step up to the plate, Luani, and take the mantle and the vacuum left by the other guys. They haven't got the quality. And in terms of Bruno missing, I'm really interested to see what we gain from his absence. Right now, being honest, in the games that he's not been there, I haven't seen a level of control that people think we may gain. And the spare man that is usually him who plays from the back to create the play, I don't think it's the fault of Casemiro or Ugarte. They don't have that ability. So what we gain from his absence, I'm not sure. I was thinking maybe we won't be getting run through as easily, but we are. They are getting through that midfield still. Even though Ugarte puts fires out, that's his job. He's much better than Bruno in that department. And Casemiro, that's his specialism. I always feel we need at least one of them with either Cobb or Bruno. I would never play Bruno and Cobb. I think that'll just be too open. But But I'm learning about what we're gaining. At the moment, what do you think we've gained from the two games? Or have they been so shit? And are we missing too many players for you to be able to really assess that?
No, we've been shit. I'm sorry. You've got a squad. You've got to use the squad. For example, Bombay, Daniel Farker rested about, I think, 3-4 players against Liverpool.
And he rotates a lot.
This is what I'm talking about. And
No,
the
in
boys
the
who
last
came
game.
in, yeah, against Liverpool away, difficult game away from them. He rotated 3-4 players. Most Leeds fans were thinking, oh no, what are we doing here? And it's like, no, this is why we have a squad.
You see, the last game that we played against Wolf, we went back to the 3-4-3. So scrap that game. We cannot use that game as a metric. But the one we played against Newcastle, I think that was in the first half after we scored the goal. That was the most control I've seen us have in a game for a long time, until the end of the first half. Actually, from the moment we scored, we were moving the ball really well, and the players actually looked very, very comfortable. There was no ball over the top. Our usual system. We get pressed, the ball go to the lateral center back, and they hoof it over the top and ask Xerxes or Sesko to fight over it. But it didn't happen when we moved to that the four at the back, and after scoring that goal, we controlled that game all the way to the end.
But I think the second half of Newcastle, there was no control.
No, the second half, at that point, Amorim went back to a back six.
7. I was there, Luani. It was 7 at the back.
Yeah.
7 at the back.
And you went to that 7 and you couldn't get out.
Yeah. You just kept moving the ball.
I think, look, now as well, we've got, we're not playing the top teams. Newcastle are 13th, Leeds are 16th, Wolves are 20th. We've not gone through a run of games of playing the better teams. We're playing the lower teams that don't have a lot of quality. No, Newcastle do have quality. I think they're just going through a bad phase and they need some defenders back. They had their full midfield though, and they had their attack. But this is a good time to gauge this. If we're playing Arsenal and City and Chelsea and Villa with this team, you'd be like, okay, we already know even with a full team, it's a tall order. But yeah, we are playing against teams where these games you'd think we have a chance to pick up 3 points. So this is you should be able to have a look at this and see what we can draw, what kind of insights we can get from it, because these are games where we can get something out of this game. Even with our full boys, I'm more confident. I won't lie. If we had De Ligt and Mazraoui in there, and Bruno in there, and Mbeumo and Ahmad, I quite actually liked what was happening before everybody disappeared. There was inconsistency, of course, but now there's a lot missing. But let's see what we can gauge. The Bruno thing is especially interesting because he sees such a lion's share of the ball, and his job is go deep, take the ball, create play, join the attack, assists, goals. So that vacuum there is important, and it's also your captain. Somebody said it was really good that Maguire the captaincy was taken off him. That burden, he started to play better without it. Took him out the focal point. You can't talk about him in a captain. Before, not only do we criticize your performance, we absolutely wipe the floor with you because you're getting the captain's share of it too. So he performed well. So Bruno is 31. He's a guy that's been there since, I think, 5 years going on 6 for Bruno. And he sees the lion's share of the ball. So when you got that figure missing, I'm very curious to see, how does the team react? How does the personality of the team come into life now? If City lost Haaland or Liverpool lost Van Dijk, I don't think it's quite as crucial, but it's still massive. Be interesting to see these things, how they says a lot about the team and about the other lads and the dressing room, that we have there. But it's interesting times.
When it comes to it, though.
1 second, Luwani. 1 second.
Mhm.
Let me just play this for people.
You know, Nuruddin, is this today's pre-match?
No, this is the second part of the presser.
With regard to changing your system, you're now starting to understand that to play your 3-4-3, you'd have to, like, in essence, how a lot of top players are now starting to understand that's not possible. May I ask why you didn't realise that when you first came into the club? Or, I mean, can you clarify what you meant exactly?
I really don't want to talk about that.
I just focus on the Leeds thing. That's interesting. It's not like you don't want to talk about it. Yeah. Do you regret saying it maybe? No. But I don't want to talk about it. Okay, so just, I'm going to have to try one more time. Looking at those comments, it seems a little bit mystified why you would say that. You only just realised that you wouldn't be able to get the top players. Has something changed with regard to budget, or what you've been told, or Jason Wilcox maybe talked to you about? And then it's time to do whatever it is.
He's learning. Good. You know.
You like that, Luwani?
No, I like that. I don't want to talk about that. That should have always been the response instead of this team is trying to send me they have spoken loud and clear. Instead of the academy players, they're not doing too well or something like that. Sometimes it's just better not to say anything. When it comes to playing teams, sometimes I'd rather play a team that's confident than a team that have quality.
1 second. Why do you ask that, Lower Khalis? I don't know about who you're talking about. Sahel Chowdhury. What did he say? Big up to you, though. Go ahead, Luwani.
No, I said I'd rather play a team that's confident than a team that has quality. Because, I'd rather play a team that have quality than a team that is confident. Because a team that's confident always play above their level. And that's what Leeds is doing right now. They're playing everybody and then they're playing them well. So when it comes to this situation, we are the team that is not confident, and that's where I think they have the edge. It looks like tomorrow is gonna be a game won in the midfield, and if Amorim kept it to a back four, I think that would be fine with for us in terms of damage limitation. If you decide to go back to a back three, I think Leeds are just gonna read through us. I believe so.
Yeah, big up to you. Big up. Listen, let me know what you think. Let me just check this. Big up to Khalis from Medina. That's Chief Editor. By the way, that clip that you saw before, that was via Khalis from Medina Lassie. Manchester United were about to sign Anthony Semenyo in January, spending a large amount in January isn't the issue. If I feel Ruben Amorim is the issue. Is this true? Wow. This is really interesting. I don't know who he is, bro.
Bomaye, even talking about Bruno, right? The way he's been using the system is not even benefiting him. When you look at him in the 4-2-3-1 with Ole, I think he was playing in the 10, in the middle of that three. He have at that point the opportunity to make the last pass or make the third man run as a striker. And he was scoring a lot of goals and dishing out a lot of assists. But he's way too deep in this system. And he's not even to his own benefit. So... Bomaye, are you there? Nudin? Oh, you muted.
No,
Yeah,
he'll be back in a minute.
I'm
Big
there.
up to every one of you, please, people. Let's get to 100 likes ASAP. What do you think about... Colonel, I've got your thing. I've saved your comment about the article in the Mail. Bear with me. Yes, it would be there if there was a change in the feeling the club giving Amorim more money. Today's Daily Mail was a single in that. Yeah. I don't want to talk about it, but you are very smart. Ruben Amorim scored with Old Trafford hierarchy when asked if something has changed. United's budget. It's been told anything by Director of Football Jason Wilcox. We've got the Fletcher boys. What could go wrong?
I think Shea Lacey would be nice, man. Shea Lacey. I want to see Shea Lacey play.
Yeah.
You won't see him because he looks like this manager doesn't fancy technical players.
Yeah, Nuruddin Leeds is the best players Tanaka from Japan. Yeah, I saw him. He took the piss out of us. I think did he score against us in at the game in the pre-season in Sweden? I think he scored against us, didn't he? He scored against tomorrow. Yeah, he's already scored against us. But yeah, what do you think the result's going to be tomorrow? Luani, what do you think the result's going to be tomorrow? By the way, let me just, well, you think about it. Let me give you this. So this game tomorrow, I'm looking at it. I think it could be a close goal filled affair. I really think that. Both teams do not keep clean sheets. Leeds at home from United's injury hit squad tilt edge towards narrow Leeds win 2-1. Capitalizing on their unbeaten streak, Calvert-Lewin's form. However, United's historical edge and attacking depth makes value for an upset if they manage the game better. So the big thing about it tomorrow is that Ruben Amorim's record against promoted teams is brilliant, is incredible. And we won the last 2 away games at Leeds, and we used to batter them at home. But we've never beaten them 3 times at home at their ground. So tell me, people, get your score predictions in.
Yeah, I think I think tomorrow there will be goal for sure, because Leeds will attack us because they are home, and we are when we are under the pressure under pressure, we're not able to keep a clean sheet. So we will concede. The question is, how are we going to respond? Are we going to try to hit them on the break? In that case, we don't have pace up front. Sesko is not the best at running behind, so that's going to be an issue. We don't even know if he's going to start Xerxes at that point. And Cunha is now also blessed with pace. So the only thing we will have to exploit the space if the attackers will be Dogo, if he decide to play Dogo, regardless if you want to play him in the left as a left wing back or as a right winger. That's where I think our most dangerous plays will come from in the absence of Ahmad. But I think tomorrow is I would say a 2-2 as a fan. Just a 2-2.
Bombaye.
Do you know what? I'll go with a 2-2, but deep down in my heart, I think it's probably gonna. I don't think we're getting any points out of this one. Honest. What do you think, Nuruddin?
Bombaye, for the first time ever, has predicted a United loss.
He feels it, man. He feels it.
He's never predicted a United loss. Is that the first loss you've ever predicted?
I think this is the second one this season, bro. I've never done it in my life, but twice this season.
What's the other game?
Villa. I think Villa, bro. Went into that Villa game, so we're gonna get tonked.
Okay.
Yeah, Bombay, why are you predicting a loss for this one? Obviously, they're not better than us in terms of quality. So,
see, the thing is, bro, quality is important in football. But this is 11-a-side football with 11 guys on the pitch, and we're not functioning. We're not functioning, bro. Sunderland don't have better quality than us, but they're so functional, so well drilled. They don't make a lot of mistakes. The results they get, they're not a fluke.
Mhm.
You know, I'd rather have sometimes, Luani, what I learned in football is, and I learned this early on at school, I was one of the better players. We had a group of skillful players, but when we played together, we didn't win. There was players that worked really hard, that were like 7, 8, 8 out of 10 all the time instead of 10 out of 10. And when you have quite a lot of them guys, you're going to win the game because 90 minutes, bro. So individual quality, okay, let's say Sesko's individual quality, Xerxes. Are we getting the ball to you? Are we getting you in good positions? Or are you spending a lot of your time chasing things down? It's the functionality of our team that sometimes will not allow that quality to shine. You know, you might have quality, but you can't do anything without the ball. Leeds have grafters, man. They have good players as well. Jamie Wayne mentioned Gnonto is a talented little player. Calvert-Lewin, Strike is good. They got some decent players. You know, like that kind of team where no real fear, just go play. He's let them off the leash a little bit, and do you know what? He changes the way that they set up depending on who they're playing. Some games, as Nuruddin said, you see them, they're quite buoyant. They're a bit Bournemouth-like, you know, just fly. Other games, not today. Today, you all stay in this shape. We're not going to concede a goal. When we get our chance, we break quickly. So I just feel that they've turned around. They do score goals, even though they concede. Last couple of games, man, we're not really making a lot of. There's not a lot of creativity, and chances we're getting, players are not putting them away. So all in all, Luani, it's not really the quality. I'm just picturing the two teams, and I just don't see Manchester United coming out of this match on top. You know, and it's a bit weird, Nuruddin. You know why, bro? What do you think about what I'm saying? Which is
no, you're being truthful for the first time in a long time. Very truthful in your assessment.
You know, it's like
we're getting clapped, mate. We're getting our cheeks clapped and upside down.
Do you know what the thing is, Dino? Do you know if we get clatted tomorrow, yeah?
Getting touched up.
And we get touched up tomorrow, which is honestly how I feel. And then I come on here and then I say, but they're 16th. We should win. Should I behave that way, bro? Or should I just say, should I? What explain it to me. I get a bit confused out.
Recently, they've been a team that's in relegation for that. Their manager was about to get sacked about a month and a bit ago. Then he changed his setup, made them 6 games undefeated.
You know what I think?
Listen, one second. We'll come back to the game in a minute. I just want to show this before I forget because I'm not well, obviously. This is the photo from Ben. He was at the Celtic game today. And look at the massive protest today. They did an amazing protest. Look at the protest just to show people.
They must have took a leaf out of Man United's book.
All right. Look at them. This is the Green Brigade.
Ben's going to come back with the proper review. This is how it's done, but absolutely, I love the green and white, man. Respect.
Big up Ben. You know, Ben sent us that. What else has he sent us? He sent us this other look.
Sent us this P45, man.
He sent us more videos. More videos, people.
Man, that looks better than Bonfire Night.
Yeah. Full of history, Celtic. Full of history. First ever British team to win the European Cup, the Champions League. The first ever British team to win it. Very historic put there for Ben there. Given it, they got beat by Rangers today.
I just have a question for both of you.
One second, Luwadi. 1 second. There it is. That could have been a United. Stretford and Blair. Showing the United fans how it's done. Come by here with his little cheap ass tricks. More photos here, more videos. You know what I mean? I have to show this is what fighting for your club looks like. This is what fighting for your club looks like. Look at them. This is what fighting for your club. In the freezing cold. There they are. The brigade. Celtic fans in their thousands. No,
Nuruddin, I think one thing that you said, which is realistic, that could have an impact, is if the stadium, a lot of people left with 15 minutes to go.
Yeah,
I'd say that's a very good initiative.
Yep.
You know, it doesn't jeopardize the fact that you've waited for years for your season ticket. You've watched the majority of the game, but you make a serious statement like that.
Yes.
As long as the Glazers don't start penalising people for leaving early and shit like that, that would be a bit too far, I think, for them to do. But I think that would be a really good initiative. Sack the board.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sack the board. Celtics history. There you go. I've done Ben justice. Showed you all
Big
the
up, Ben.
videos.
Big
Well
up.
done, Ben. I hope it's
Hope
having
you
a
had a
lovely
good day,
time
mate.
in Glasgow tonight.
Be drowning his sorrows.
Yeah, a couple of pints. Going back to the game. Go ahead, Luwani. Take over.
Yeah, my question to both of you is, what do you think the lineup tomorrow is gonna be? What do you think the approach is gonna be, and what do you think the system will be?
Let me read you the lineup tomorrow. What the possible lineups are. Dominic kind of key players to watch tomorrow is Dominic Laham and Lewin. Noah Akafor, he's a brilliant player. Sesko, maybe can you get a goal tomorrow? But this is their possible lineup for them tomorrow. Let me just see. 1 second. Let me just see their lineup. Yeah. Where is it? So Leeds have got Leeds have got Ampadu suspended for his fifth yellow card. Joe Roden ankle, Sean Longstaff calf, Daniel James hamstring, injured. Sebastian Burrow is doubtful with a knock from the Liverpool game. This defensive crisis could force adjustments in midfield and the back line. So they're missing a lot of centre halves like Manchester United. To be fair, they're missing more centre halves than us. But yeah, Leeds, this is a possible lineup. This is a possible lineup. Perry, Bogle, Pitjol, Struch, Justin, Stack, Aronson, Tanaka, Goodmanson, Calvert-Lewin, Akafor.
Tanaka and Akafor.
And Manchester United could be Lemons, Dalot, Heaven, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Ugarte, Dogu, Sirski, Cunha, Sesko.
Think it's a bit early for the Cobster. But yeah, there you go. That's your team. That's your team.
Right.
Not sure.
I'll probably do Xerxes in the hole, and I'll go if he's going 3-4-3. In that 3, I'll probably put Xerxes a little lower in the hole, and then
I don't think he's going 3-4-3. They're playing 3 centre halves, so he might match them tomorrow, like he did against Wolverhampton.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he plays Xerxes, what's his name, Cunha and Sesko as 2 in a 2, and Xerxes behind them, I think that can work for us.
Okay. People, we need 20 more likes. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But let me get into this interesting points of view. So I don't know either of you have seen the article today. So let me just get this to you. Big up to Nautical Wisdom. So just to give you a little bit about what was going on. So this is the story, right? Well, Bombay, do you want to read it, please? My mind is gone. I've got a banging headache.
Of course. Big up Kaya Kevin. Big up Jamie Wayne. Yeah, 11-4-3 we're playing tomorrow, according to Jamie Wayne. We're going to need extra players to do jack shit in this one. So following MUFC's 1-1 draw with Fulham in August, Jason Wilcox was irritated by how openly United's system was explained and exploited by Fulham manager Marco Silva. You all remember this one, I think.
Yeah, I came and told you all. I told you I was kicking off about it. Go on.
Christopher Vivell was reportedly so surprised by Silva's comments that he shared them with the WhatsApp group of the United senior leadership, underlying the need for the team, continue Dino, to evolve towards a less predictable system. Jason Wilcox's dialogue with Ruben Amorim has been ongoing, with Wilcox regularly passing on his thoughts. However, in recent weeks, it's become increasingly apparent through Amorim's comments that those conversations have grown more fraught. On Friday afternoon, the smiles, shoulder taps, and wisecracks were nowhere to be seen. Amorim's remarks about there being little chance of new recruits in January only added to the belief that relations are strained.
So Nocturnal Wisdom said, Nuruddin, it's worth calling out at the same point the Daily Mail article that was loaded for a whole while. Looks like the club released it after Amorim'S vibe in yesterday's presser. What do you think, Luani? And then we'll go to Bumbaye.
Yes, the usual. It's just briefing. It looked like the relationship are definitely strained between the board, but if it is, what an unprofessional way to handle it. I don't like when relationship gets strained and people air their dirty laundry outside or they throw a player under the bus. Now it's happening with the manager. Even though I have my grievances with this manager, I still don't like the way the board is putting these these guys, these news out. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help Amorim and his coach. It doesn't inspire the confidence between Amorim and his players. And if you want these people or the manager and the players to continue performing to a certain extent, regardless of how you rate the performance, we still need to finish somewhere at the end of the season. And if we did squeeze ourselves in that top four, that's more money from the board, and that's more tool for recruitment. So they need to stop trying to put the rug of from underneath him. Either they fire him right now, or they stop coming out with those briefing and those statements. It doesn't help.
Yeah, he's right. Luani's right, man. You know what? We don't win anything. We're not in contention to win anything for a long time. We are still the box office club in this whole country, man, in the world. And people use Man United to sell newspapers, to get traction on social media, to get people talking, so that the plates can spin. And when people are talking, money's been made. So a lot of the times, I think some of this stuff is not true and it's concocted. I mean, you just lost the game. What do you want? High fives, well done, jokes and laughter. I don't want to see that anyway. But are they really in the business of self-sabotage, of sabotaging the manager that they have stuck their neck out to bring, in spite of the fact that there was a lot of opposition to it and the timing thereof? Doesn't make logical sense. Let's just see what happens in tomorrow's game and over the coming weeks, man. I think the results on the pitch, once players will come back and stuff, that's where the real talking points are, man. Always on the pitch. Otherwise, it's a lot of this stuff, it's a lot of conjecture, man. And I don't want to put any stock in it because I've made this mistake before. Dele Alli is a good example of this. He's a bad kid. He's a bad seed. He's ungrateful. He doesn't know what he's doing. Guy's been suffering in silence, mental health, God knows what. He's still probably not right. So all this shit.
He was abused. He was heavily abused as a child.
Yeah, but do you remember the narrative around that? We were buying up. What were we buying? We were buying Twitter.
No, I wasn't. To be fair, I wasn't.
I'm giving you
an
example.
I never buy those things. How the media, know me. I'm better than that.
You're better than that. Media. But do you understand, Nuruddin, how
I don't know what goes on in individual footballers' lives. I don't buy it.
Yeah, and I don't know what's actually happening at board level and whatever. That's their problem.
Something's going on, Bombay. Something's severely going on. Because
maybe Nuruddin.
Because usually Amorim will want to talk to you and explain everything, and then he's like, "No, move on." And that's why Luani was like, "I like this."
But do you know?
But that to me is always towards the end. Let me just say this: it's always towards the end of managers' reigns when they
start doing this. Yeah,
when they basically they're like rabbit in the headlights.
They become obstinate. They don't want to engage, and they just start shutting it down. Manchester United used to be a club. I remember when Beckham had his problem with Diego Simeone in the World Cup, and the whole country was making a meal of it. Ferguson was the calmest I've ever seen him. He said, "Not here to talk about that." Club just shuts down. Nothing goes out, nothing goes in. He's a Man United player. Focus on Man United. That's it. Let's do that. Just don't. The less Amorim says, the better for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, this is what I don't like about contract. Amorim is bound by the NDA to say less possible if he doesn't want to get in trouble. But then they're taking advantage. The board is taking advantage of the situation to sully his reputation before sending him, running him out of town. I don't like that one. You know, I rather, if you want, you can fire him right now if you think that is enough, or just let him see out the season on his own term.
You know, at a certain point, Nuwani, it's okay. To be reactive is usually the wrong thing. Patience is a virtue. But at a certain point, if Ruben Amorim there's a lot of broken promises, what he wants and what he was promised is no longer on the cards and it's all changed, and he has to foot the bill for all of that, then it'll be his job to bring the club into disrepute, knowing that he is doomed anyway. So how did Conte do? How did Mourinho do? These kind of guys. It's up to you to defend yourself. Slaven Bilic as well came out and said, look, I know I'm not perfect, but I'm not going to take the heat when I shouldn't take the heat. No. So it's up to him to defend himself. And if he's going to go with a bang, you know. He has to defend himself because this is the media, man. And the media, they don't really care about you, about anything. They care about get people talking, make a story, get people engaged, and this is how we make a living. We don't win nothing. We are not in contention to win nothing worthy of merit. Man City did a treble. You'd think Manchester United are the best team on earth. We're just constantly not out of the news, man. But it's all bullshit. Show me on the pitch. That's where all these questions are settled. If you perform there and we see a team that's fighting, that's putting a performance in, that's progressing, that's it. You've answered all the questions for me there, man. You know what I mean? And then obviously you get your transfer window. I'll be honest, man. Semenyo, if we bought him, I know people are upset. I'm not sure where we put him with Mbuemo and Ahmad there already. I'm not sure. Maybe on the left. I don't know. But the guy needs some players. January, I don't expect to get much other than maybe a loan deal. But if he's here, end of the season, we'll know in the summer, you know, we'll confirm what a lot of people already know. Or you might be surprised. Because the guy needs some players, bro.
Amorim here on if he needs defenders.
Yeah.
If he needs to sign players to improve the defense. If you look at the way we defend, it's not just that because of defenders. It's defending as a team. I know we can do better in that department without any investment.
The thing is that every manager reacts differently. Maresca walked because he was in disagreement with his board. Jose Mourinho just sabotaged the season. He started playing McTominay or Pogba as centre back or something like that. And everybody know he was done. He was just waiting to get sacked.
McTominay as centre back.
McTominay as centre back. So with Amorim, I don't think Amorim is there yet. He's definitely fighting with them because of the fact that we play a back four and then he switched to a back three again. It looked like a struggle, an internal struggle, but I don't think he decided to sabotage the season yet. But it's not fair. I don't think it's fair for them to start sabotaging his reputation like that. Even though I don't like him, just let him go out on his own term, or just sack him right now. Otherwise, it's pure incompetence. We still were 6th or 5th, and we still have a chance to achieve top 4. We can achieve that with Amorim if they support him, or we can achieve that without him if they deem that there's somebody else out there, or they deem that sacking him will create the more stability and we can challenge for top 4. But what they're doing, a combination of Not sacking him and ruining his reputation, it does not help anybody. Think about the players in that locker room, how confused they are.
100%.
It's a good point. It's a good
Very
point.
good point.
All this, man, it does affect, the uncertainty, the instability. There was Carrick said Alex Ferguson used to come to us before the game, and excuse me, not Alex Ferguson. Who was it that was saying it? There was a player ex-Chelsea, Matic, I think Peter Cech, excuse me, I've got it, Peter Cech. He said, all that mind games and everything Mourinho would say in the press conferences, he's already briefed us as a team that he's going to do that, and he's told us why he's doing it. So it's not a surprise to us. We know if it sounds bad against us, we already know why. Do you know what I mean? That's for the cameras. That's for the other manager we're up against. That's for the rivals. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you don't see, man. And as Daz says, were we really in for Semenyo, or was the papers telling us we're in for Semenyo? I know he said he likes him. He's a special player and that. Is he just saying that, to be nice, to be kind? Were we ever really in? I don't know. Doesn't seem like it, to be honest. It seems like it was a lot of paper talk. And every single summer, guys, we are the club that is most linked with the million players every single year. We've got Baleba now. We've got the guy from Nottingham Forest, or we got Wharton. Semenyo was another one. I don't know. There's so many every season, every summer. There's just constant Man United news about 1 million players. They have to sell.
No, I don't think that's fine, anybody. Listen, I could be here all day and night. 18 billion pound in debt. People think we're getting stadium. Ineos, they're gonna, it's gonna be. Well, they're gonna put it on the fans. They're gonna borrow the money from the bank. So that means we'll be 2-3 billion in debt, and they're never leaving.
Everything question before we go.
Do you know that, Bombay, that Ineos are 18 billion pounds in debt, and his plan in the UK with 500 jobs, the government had to bail them out. Your taxpayer money, my money, your money had to bail them out. Everybody who lives in the UK's money had to bail them out.
Had to bail out Ineos?
Ineos is factory, plastic plant where they make plastics.
So you're telling me that the parent company that owns the 25% stake in Manchester United,
28%,
28% in Manchester United, bro, is in that much debt. So if they were to default on that debt, what would happen to them as owners of Man United? Would that be an asset?
The banks buy.
I don't know about this.
I don't think, unlike the Glazers' debt that is directly probably attached to their stake at the club, I don't think Ineos' debt is attached to the club in any way, because they're just responsible for the football operation. That's what they purchase the right for.
But anyway, I know that it's a risk in it.
We just can't catch a break, guys. We just can't catch a break.
Oh, break. We knew this. We knew this. By the way, Kone, the young player that we've had in the club for 2 years, I think, we signed him. He's been sent out on loan instead of the Championship. He's going to be sent to Lausanne, Ineos' other club in Switzerland, who are like 9th or 10th in that league.
He looked all right in pre-season. He did well.
Yeah, he's been loaned out to Switzerland. Why didn't they loan him out to the Championship like Ahmad? Get physical, get tested. What's loaning him out to Swiss League going to do for him? This is what we're talking about. We've got clowns who run this football club. And majority of us, Jamie Wayne, Alien Tenor, majority of us knew about Ineos and they're clownish. This channel tried to inform everybody. But people,
just let me see Lacey, man. Give me a bit of that boy Lacey. I liked what I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, then why are you tying up together in the same phrase as the Glazers? Why are you tying up Wilcox and Vivell?
They're all the same. Fuck them. They're all the same.
They're football people.
No, they're not. 2 years. Horrendous football decisions. Luwani, how can you start with a midfield like that and co-sign Bruno playing in the midfield? What the fuck are we doing? Get the manager fucking midfielders. What the fuck are they doing? What are we doing here? Luwani, are you telling me you're a trucker who lives in the United States who survives blizzards. Are you telling me they could survive your blizzard? No, they couldn't. They're fucking bunch of clowns. They won't know what to fucking do. And you would know better. You know, as a director of football at Manchester United, no way are you... Fuck Sesko, fucking Bermokunia. You're not starting the season without 2-3 midfielders. And you're putting Bruno nowhere near that midfield. Am I right or wrong, Luani?
You are right, based on what you're saying.
So how come you know?
That the manager overread a lot of decisions in terms of...
No. Listen, Luani, the director of football and the football director and the coach speak every day.
Yeah, but look, if you are a director of football and you just walk into the job, you've just been appointed. Remember, Vivel and Wilcox have just been appointed in the structure with their job, and you're dealing with a manager that just got Dan Ashworth sacked, right? Yeah, you're dealing with somebody that just got Dan Ashworth sacked. You don't want to you don't want to stir the water between, because it looked like there was a direct line between.
So why are you not helping him now?
And,
so why are you not helping him now?
Amorim.
Why are you not helping him now in this January, getting the midfielders available to him to help him?
Maybe because they were not on board with the system since the beginning. They were silent. And now that the result cannot mirror the philosophy, they're coming out and speaking.
Yeah, well, there you go. People, I can talk all day. I've got a horrific fever. My head is about to explode. You lucky bastards that have done this stream tonight. I'll be live after the game tomorrow for the match reaction. Luani, last word from you, then Bombay, last word from you.
Oh, Bombay can go first. I'm still thinking about what to say.
No, I'll go to Bombay first. Bombay, last word from you.
Have you got a time for tomorrow? Tomorrow's show?
Yeah.
You're on mute, bro.
I'll be live straight after the game if you're around. If you're not, no problem.
Okay.
Then I can hear you from Tuesday, inshallah.
Oh, inshallah. Okay. Enjoy the game tomorrow. I think it'll be a difficult one, and we'll see how we feel after the game. So hopefully see you on here, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Big up, Mumbai. I appreciate you running home to help me with the show.
My pleasure.
Big up to you, brother. I've got a horrific fever. I'm going to go to bed straight now.
Thank you. Well, for tomorrow, I just think as a United fan, we need to keep hope. It just takes one good manager. One good manager can change the perspective of everything. I know we talk about the board and what they're doing, but I believe one good manager can make a difference. And our fortune will change.
Okay.
Antonio.
Well, hey, he wants Antonio. You know what? I swear to God, you know how I think about Antonio Conte? I think he's a fraud. He's wearing a wig. When I was a kid, me and Bombay remember him. He used to do the Bobby Charlton comb over. 20 years later, mine came out with some thick hair. He's wearing a wig. But you know what? Just to make Bombay happy. Just to make Bombay happy for 6 months or for a season. Why not? Bombay, I swear to God, will lose his shit. You might even see Bombay's face for the first time on screen.
Honestly, guys, you heard it here first. How long have I been talking about Antonio Godfather Conte? He is the guy. He'll come in, he'll put the fire out. You'll see a whole new bloody team, man. I swear, he's the one. He's the one. You're not going to get that sexy football you want. Definitely not at the start, but you will get effective, robust, solid fucking football, man. And we will start to get some consistency. I promise you. That's what you need now.
Okay.
I've got a horrible flu. I won't be doing any watch along with the boys. I don't want to give them anything. But anyway, people, Luani, make sure you check out Luani.
Good night, guys. Thanks for having me.
God bless Luani.
God bless everybody.
No. Do you want to say something? Did you say your last bit?
Oh yeah, I did. Just one good manager. That's all we need.
There you go. If you get Conte, but Bombay might come on the show with his underwear on his head.
If we get Conte, you're going to get more than that, bro. Listen, you put me through Eric Ten Hag, man, for 2.5 years. I took that shit.
I told you after the year. I said to you, I'm out. I came out quickly and said, "This is not sustainable. Take me out."
I mowed. Yeah, I mean, you told me we're gonna get Pep Guardiola shit. We got just the shit. So it's time
Yeah, we
to
got
go back.
basketball vacation. Anunana. I didn't want anybody. I just thought he'd play better football. I didn't think he was Pep. But anyway, big up people. Please, on your way out, smash the stream. Big up to everybody who contributed tonight. Big up every one of you. Thank you for the patience. My energy is really low. I've got a horrific fever. I'm going straight to bed. So I'm going to take a hot shower, put Vicks Vapor all over me and get them underneath the covers. So wish me luck. Take care, people. Good night.
Good night.
Get well. Bye.